Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to Love Unfiltered. Boo, I am loving this right here, man. I mean, last episode we had the girls on, and I just thought it was such a healthy and needed conversation, not just for us, but for other blended families out there. So, if that blessed you, do me a favor, leave us some comments, like, subscribe, share. Just let us know, what that conversation did for you all, because I understand how it is out there these days. There's a lot of blended families, and there's no handbook on how to do this, y'all. And
not at all.
we just want to share our life with you, just however we can. And we always trying to educate, motivate, empower people, and now we're doing it through
To live their life of abundance.
You be learning about lingo, about words, and all
five.
that stuff. So one thing that I got out of my other podcast with the fellas, the In Game podcast, it was therapeutic, it's bonding time with the fellas and stuff like that. But now I get a chance to have like therapy and bonding time with my wife as well. So it's pretty dope. Here we are on the couch. Here we are, just talking about things that we like, that we don't like, that helped us, that didn't help us. And there's a lot of counsel and therapy in this, whole process that we go through. So, thank God for being able to have this time with you right now. So I look forward to keep it going.
Oh, yeah.
I look forward to keep it going. What say you? What do you think?
I feel the same way. And I guess I didn't look at it on a therapeutic level, but in reality, it's bonding time, and it makes us kind of sit back and really reflect on what makes us work.
Absolutely. And don't work.
And don't work.
And don't work. Yeah, which brings us to our topic today, which is?
What makes us work?
Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect segue into what makes us work and what makes us not work. So we've been working, well, people see they see the package that we put out there to the public. They see, everybody, goes outside, and most people wear a mask. I am so thankful that I do not have to wear a mask every single day.
Yeah.
I literally am just like, I know how difficult it is for people to live a public life, especially like people who have influence or people who are celebrities or even local celebrities. And on whatever level that is, I know how difficult that can be. But, to be one way at work and to have to be a different way when you're outside of work, it can be, extremely exhausting. And I'm just very thankful to be the same way all the time. Like, it don't matter where you run into us at. Like, we about to give you whatever it is that you see all the time. Yeah, the real, raw, and relatable all the time. So I'm very thankful for that. But just, going back to what makes us work and what makes us, not work at times. I think I'll let you set it off. What do you think makes us work?
What makes us work?
So well together?
Well, for one, love makes us work.
Oh,
We
absolutely.
love each other. And that goes without saying. Everyone knows what love is, but do you know how to love? And we've learned how to love each other. And then most importantly for you, I think I desire a lot of love, which you give me. But for you, it's respect, which is for any man. A man desperately needs respect, and that can come from, it's not just words. It could be posture, your tone. And, excuse me, I had to learn that in our first year of marriage, that something I said may, I don't know, trigger something from your past or something, but you were like really like, I'm going to be respected. And it's like, well, what did I say? Because one thing we've always prided ourselves on is that we're not disrespectful. We speak to each other with respect and not using profanities, no name calling. So, I mean, even though,
I'm just messing with you.
No, but yeah.
I'm a cusser.
So, even though we may use profanity in our language, but it's nothing directed like, you dumb mother. Like, that is never, ever, I can say in almost 12 years, I've never called you a dumb mother effer. And even the N-word,
Yeah.
which is a term of endearment. It's like when the tone is off or wrong, because I remember one time we were having words and I used that word and you was like, don't call me that. I'm like, but I called you that when we was just laughing watching the movie. But it's all about, the tone and everything. So I know for sure that, like I said, love and respect is what works for us.
I absolutely agree because a woman's life is love and a man's love is life. I've said that to you a bunch of times before, and I know I'm gonna have to unpack that, but a woman's life is love and a man's love is life. So men actually have to do things. They have to live life. They have to experience stuff. They have to work. And a lot of women don't understand that. And then a lot of men don't understand that women are emotional creatures. We know this when we spit the women are emotional or women are from,
Men could be emotional too, though.
Oh, yeah, without question. That's
You don't like to be wrong. That's when you emotional.
Yeah, I mean, so first of all,
There you go.
no.
It's that word, first of all.
Yeah, because there's a difference between, an emotional man and a passionate man.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I'm passionate about what I'm talking about
And
all
that's
the time.
and everything.
And like, I literally am like, we could be like earlier. You was like, "Yo, we gotta go."
Glad you brought it up.
Like, no. I'm just saying. Earlier, you was like, "Yo, we gotta go." Like, it was like 10 something. I was like, "I got 10,
Boiled
15."
eggs.
Right, because I'm just passionate about what I'm talking.
Because he was trying to tell somebody that asking somebody what's the one ingredient food, and dude didn't really get where you were coming from.
He understand
and
what
then
I'm saying.
Lynch had to go all the way
the
out
nigga cooks. The nigga's a chef.
in the rain to the
He's a
car
chef.
to get a bag of boiled eggs to explain himself. But then yet on the other hand, he
really,
like, oh, I gotta Zoom in 15 minutes. I'm like, you had to go and prove yourself.
Well, I wasn't proving myself. It
Is
was
that
a
respect
teacher.
or is that
No,
you're a know-it-all?
A man's love
You was talking to me and that wasn't
is
me.
life. So I have to teach him through experience. It was a teaching moment. So I couldn't just talk words to him. I had to give him an example in which he could actually, I teach
You are very
men.
passionate. You're right.
First of all,
You're
I'm
right.
a man's man where I actually lead men. Like, so you can't tell me how to teach men.
Clearly, because I am not nobody's man.
Well, you're not a man's teacher. Right? So what I'm telling you is I deal with 95% women all the time, but I got the most men that you would see from any coach or teacher or anybody. I get the hardest individual to actually follow me and go underneath of what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So when I was in jail, I had leaders of the Bloods, I had imams from the Muslim congregation, I had anybody that you could possibly think of that was the head or that was the lead, they would rock with me. So there's a way that men actually have to live their life and display their life in order to get other men to say, you know what? There's an example right there that I don't even mind following.
And
Dudes have major egos.
And you like that because they respect you. That brings us back to
Right. It brings us back to respect. Right. Which is the thing that we have to manage. I think we work well together because we manage our expectations.
Absolutely.
We manage the expectations of like the wants and the needs. I know that your wants and needs are, going to be love, first and foremost, and just certain things that you desire.
Love languages.
And your love languages. I'll just know all those different types of stuff, the words of affirmation and things like that. So knowing those things, I know that I know when I have to make deposits. I know when, the well is running dry or the bank account is getting low. And I know I got to make the deposits and things like that. So being able to, just being conscious of when, that needs to be filled up or to keep it filled up.
That's the same for me. Like, I know when you need a little, no, don't start with that smile. But I know when you need TLC, and it's not just the intimate, what a man and woman do, but just some affection, or if you kind of just want to just bust it up with me and be boo loving on the couch. And I do know when you need that, and I can always tell from kind of your demeanor and if you're focused on your phone, it's something work related and or you know what I mean, something you got going on, and sometimes just giving you a break from that and just rubbing
Trying
your
to see what's
head,
up.
you know, and I get to that neck. And but no, I get what you're saying now.
So, I think one of the things that we mentioned last podcast when we had the girls on, we were talking about how we fast once a month, the beginning of every month. I think having, those foundational elements in the relationship that we can always, that we don't deviate from, are what makes us work.
Yeah.
Because once we've experienced success in it and we kind of baked it into our, it became a ritual, a routine, and a system that we have, and we know it works. They say successful people do the same thing, the same time, all the time, because they know it produces results. So whether we feel like it or not, whether we're traveling or not, we put that, that fasting in there together so that we can, have that time to strengthen our bond. And, whether it's spiritually, emotionally, physically, we make sure that is a conscious living practice of ours. And if there's any couples out there, watching, I suggest that you intentionally do some things, that can be a staple in your relationship, as opposed to just only doing certain things when your church does it, or when another group that
like you
you're
said,
involved
being
in does it. You want to be intentional about things that you have set up for you and your significant other
To grow together, because you guys are stuck together. And what I enjoy doing with us, and I think we had kind of got away from it, and then when I brought it back, you was kind of like, oh boy, here she go with the love check-in, where I'll be like, okay, so it would be like quarterly, and I'm like, okay, so what is it that you need from me? What are some things that I could work on? Like, I really, really enjoy that, even though sometimes I hate having to say here what it may be. But it definitely helped me. I think it's helped me be a better wife, a better person, and a better friend to you, because if I'm doing something and you're not speaking on it, then like it's not being solved. And you know me, I can't hold stuff in. If I got an issue, I'm talking about it. It might come in the morning. Sometimes I have to sleep on it, but I never just let stuff go. Right?
Yeah. I think well, we have another foundational element that we have in play, where whatever disagreement, or if we have something that we're not, that's been bothering us, or we might have went back and forth with, we know that we can't go to sleep without resolving it or discussing it, or just getting to some type of middle ground before the day is over with. So those are things that we have in place that continue to make our relationship go and grow, because people harbor things for like a lot longer than they should, and because we have things like that in play, but because we have those things in play and we have not compromised on those things, it doesn't allow us to carry things over into the next day or the next week or the next month, and we still haven't and it's unresolved. You know what I mean? So it forces us to actually have to have conversations, and most of these practices that we have in place that keep us healthy and strong and working together are rooted in self-reflection. Because they say self-reflection is the key to just like all freedom. You got deprogramming, reprogramming, then you have some change, and then you have success, and then you have freedom, in that order. And it comes through reflection, and that's what the couch is all about. That's what the conversations are all about. That's what therapy is all about. It always starts with reflection, and when you can look back on what you done and what you didn't do, what worked and what didn't work, you can figure out how to correct the steps, and just to make things a little bit better moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I do appreciate the fact that we will one day or one week, you'll say, hey, we haven't done this, or yo, it's time to do that. And, the fact that somebody steps up and, like says, pull the trigger, like, let's do this or let's do that is another thing that actually makes us work. It's not no one particular person who actually has to, lead this or lead that, which was, I think it was tough in the beginning. I think the dynamics of the relationship in the beginning were a little tougher for you because of you were conditioned to, just be running the household by yourself. And then, basically to have to relinquish the reins of the household, over to me, made a smooth transition. And I think a lot of people don't understand those dynamics in their relationship. And that's where a lot of headbutting comes into play in different relationships where, a lot of women maybe
too much masculine energy.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to put it like that. But
you can say it. I mean, a lot of our close friends, they know that's one thing. A lot. I know, like Brandy, for instance, we talk about, some stuff we share about our marriages, and we talk about how that's like one of the key things that you're like, I don't need a man. I didn't marry a man, It's something that I had to learn because, like you said, I ran my household, and then I get married. I had to relinquish it, and just because you say you're married doesn't mean it just automatically happens. It has to happen because that is a part of respect. Well, a great part of respect, Because if everything I say goes, but not you, then where's the,
Yeah, well, we talked about those key components to, those meaningful relationships. We talked about how, like, mutual respect. We talked about communication, trust. We just talked about all those things and how they actually strengthen, the whole entire relationship. And I think that a lot of people, like I said, like, we're the same everywhere we go. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people don't know how to, take their role off at the door. So, you were a police officer who had to stand guard and had to be tough and had to be alpha woman, like all day once you got outside. And you
say that a lot. And to me personally, I don't feel like I was that police officer who, like, a lot of police officers abuse their power, and it's like, I'm a police officer. I truly don't. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
I truly don't believe that I carried that. I think for me, it was more so that I had to, especially being in North Carolina away from family and the girls being away from their father. Like, I remember it was an issue with the girls outside, and it was with a boy, and I went out there and I handled it, and they respected me, one, for, I guess, my confidence and my bravery. But for me, I didn't put no cape on my back. It was just in me that I was the protector of my girls. So when you said that, I don't know. I don't relate that to being a police officer. I relate it to being a defender. But you know that, because somebody say something smart to you, I'm like, what?
Yeah, so it's I think the way you are, the perception of what I'm saying is a little misconstrued right now. So what I mean is that, like, coming from New Jersey, you have to have this like wall up where you're kind of like standoffish because, like, people's intentions are a little bit different than they are, here. Yeah. So there's a conditioning there when it is like you could just be talking to somebody, out and about, but you have this guard up. Mm-hmm. And that guard was conditioned to be up, like at a 10, at a height of 10 when you're coming from a place like Jersey or you're in a different setting, right? So that guard is also up when you're, when you put this uniform on, you have to be like, you have to be protective of, certain things in certain ways because people are always coming at you a different way and you never know, how that is going to be. So when I say that, I just mean like the being guarded, is like having a wall up. And you never brought that like into the house, but you were also the person who ran the house. So now here you have, I don't know how many years that, you're 17 to, I came home when I was 37, so you're 36. So you have Deej at 17, you're primary caregiver, you're running your household for 20 years, right? Like, you're not just going to relinquish that stuff like overnight, but there are people who go to work every single day, and because they're the president of their company, because they're a manager at work, because they run their own stuff and own their own stuff, they think that they're the boss at home as well. And here's where the masculine energy is going to actually butt heads. And men need to be respected, first and foremost, in the house. So if you have a woman who's exhibiting more masculine energy in the household than the actual man, they think that that is the way that it's supposed to be ran. And some women actually believe that because their husband does everything that they say, they think they're running a tight ship, where the husband just don't feel like fighting, and he just don't feel like arguing and stuff like that. But those same relationships, you be like, me and my husband we ain't really messed around in forever. We ain't really did nothing. Take us a month to do something or something like that. And it's because a man is not turned on by more masculine energy. If that was the case, then he probably wouldn't be married anymore.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? He'd be looking for another guy. So I'm saying, when women don't know like how to respect the roles of the household, then and it goes to, it goes to a lot of different things. It's not just like my man's the head of the house and then I'm about to be saying all damn day. That don't mean, like, is he the head of the house and you got him doing all this other extra stuff when he don't, do he get to say so? Like, is he really the head of the house and he has no say so? So, everybody says happy wife, happy life, but nobody ever says happy spouse, happy house. You know what I mean? So happy spouse, happy house means both of us need to be equally happy. You understand? In order for this to work, because if not, we all gonna be always trying to make you happy and damn us.
What happened?
Yeah, damn us. You know what I mean? It's what about y'all? And stuff like that. So, like, when I came here, it wasn't about how much money I was contributing to bills or anything like that. You did, a righteous thing by saying, like, this is my husband and this is the way that, it's supposed to go. And, we discussed everything, we talked about everything, and, we just figured it all out, together. So, roles changed over time, and we continue to work through that stuff. And I think those are some of the things that make us work, because we understand, the roles and responsibilities. And as they change, as the roles and responsibilities change, we continue to roll with it. And I think that makes us work, where you don't try to continue to. So when our roles and responsibilities were, far as like economically, and financially, when they were reversed, where you were taking care of a lot of stuff, it still didn't mean that you was going to exhibit the authority of running the household because you took care of majority of the bills. It wasn't like that. It was still, yes, I'm paying the bills because this is what we need to make things work right now. But as far as our relationship dynamic, I could still take a back seat, or, I know how this goes and this is the way that, we're going to, our relationship is going to be. So that was I think that was a skill, or, that was something that, I don't know if that was innate. I don't know if that, just came from within.
It wasn't a skill. It was innate. Like, I never saw anybody have to do it, but I knew what it would take to make the relationship work. And it wasn't for you to come in and, challenge you as a man and say, hey, I'm paying the bill, so you got to do it. I say that it definitely was innate.
Yeah.
Definitely was innate.
Yeah, that was a great time, because the way you handled it didn't put pressure on me to want to be more of a man than I actually had to be. And I know that sounds, it might sound messed up, but because you didn't put pressure on me, I didn't have to go out and try to do things in a record-breaking amount of time, which would have made me, with the pressure being on me, then I literally would have to feel like I was being less of a man, not being able to perform to those standards.
Right.
So without that pressure, it was like, you know what, you can, do what you need to do, and without that added pressure, that pressure to perform can literally take some people and, make them depressed and stressed out, So, I appreciate the fact that, I didn't have that pressure to perform, every day, that stuff could be nagging and, things like that. So I had a chance to kind of just get myself together and, make it happen. So, yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Some other things that make us work. I definitely know that cultivating community, which would be the people who we surround ourselves around, I think from past relationships, I used to always think, if I'm in a relationship, I can't hang with my friends who are single, and that is not so, because you could be that example. And I think we do a great job with being mindful of who we surround ourselves around. And it doesn't necessarily have to be another married couple. Like, I know that Khadijah and Marlo likes to be around us, and my sister and her husband are newly married, and they enjoy being in our company, and likewise, and of course, me and Crystal are salt and pepper when it comes to maybe our attitudes or sometimes maybe our lifestyles, but that, at the end of the day, that's my sister. And like, for you, example, you don't drink, never drunk, never smoke, never anything, and then I like to have my wine, and people who we surround ourselves with, and they may drink, but it's never like judgment, or nobody ever feels uncomfortable, because I think we are accepting of people, and we love people unconditionally, and as long as they don't cause any friction or it's not toxic for us, then we don't mind being around them, or kind of.
Well, I think that is another thing, first and foremost, that we have to our advantage, because we allow each other to be, like, I allow you to be who you are.
You don't allow me to do nothing.
And
Sorry, not. I just had to say that. I had to be oppositional, but no. You accept me. Maybe you're more accepting, because I think we definitely balance each other out well, because you are extremely an introvert outside of the gym, outside of motivational speaking. Like, you're somewhere chilling to yourself, and me, I might be somewhere trying to learn how to twerk and reading a self-development book. Like, I'm all over the place, right?
Yeah, all over the fucking place. All over. So I think the word allow triggered you some type of way.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. I don't think you understood what I was saying.
I did understand. But
so like in other people's relationships, like, people are scared to be themselves. And because you're allowed to be yourself without this kickback, and I'm allowed to be me without this, you're going to say something to me later on about it or something like that, then that gives us a free space, a safe space to just, not have to hold back and just be who we are. And I think that is, inviting of, to other people, where they're like, I love to maybe hang around them because, they're going to be who they are. So I'm sure, if they're allowing each other to be who they are around each other, I'm pretty sure we could probably be who we are around, they could be who they are around us as well. And that's why you got a lot of people from, like, people that are from the church, they might, just feel like, oh man, I could just talk freely around you guys.
Stuff that's
like
true.
that. Yeah, because
I've heard that.
we saw that. We've seen people, you have to be one way while you're in public, but when you get around us, it's like, yo, oh, these my peoples, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm glad I'm around my peoples now, stuff like that. So I think it's dope that we've created, like, you know, it's not a church, but it's like a marriage
Community.
ministry. You know what I mean?
Cultivating
So yeah, we've
community.
cultivated that, but we didn't explain that. You just said, you know, cultivated community. We literally have like 20 couples that we go out and do things with, but those couples are also, you know, on our speed dial where we can literally, you know, hit them up and, you know, talk to them about whatever it is that we all have going on. And we have a couples group me where we, you know what I mean, where we plan things together and stuff like that. So, you know, those things, you know, that's our village, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, that keeps our relationship renewed. That keeps us, you know, keeps us going. It gives us, you know, new things to do and things like that and stuff to look forward to. So, you know, just being able to have the gym and then create subcultures and sub communities outside of that is, you know, just a wonderful thing. Just for, you know, for you guys to have the vision to say, let's do this and let's do that. I think we should do this and that. And that's how the marriage, you know, the marriage ministry, you know, started. So I talked to Darren yesterday. You know, we just I was in Food Line and I was thinking while I was in Food Line, man, I gotta call Darren. Sure enough, when I went outside in the car, no, he called.
Oh, wow.
He called and I was like, you know me, I was super funny with it. I was like, Darren, you're gonna live a long time, right? And he was like, why? I was like, because, man, I was thinking about calling you while I was in Food Line and you called. And you know, he started laughing and everything. I said, you should be thanking me. He said, why? I said, because you've already lived a long time and now you're gonna live. Now you're gonna live
I don't
a
even know how
long
he
time.
messed with you.
We laughed for about 10 straight minutes and everything. But, you know, Darren and Aduma are, you know, are some of our closest friends. And, you know, just having other couples that are successful in marriage, are successful in blended families, and have been through, you know, a lot of different
Aduma
stuff.
And I actually bonded too, because you knew her before me. And
first of all, I've known everybody in Greensboro before you, even though you were here like 5-10 years before me.
You really do.
So everybody you know through me.
Not everybody, but a vast amount of them.
Except Brandon.
And yeah, there's some more, but
I mean, they're cops.
I agree to that.
They cops. Anybody that's not a cop, I knew them before you.
Which that's cool.
You
got 10
you
friends.
mad because your best friends.
No, I'm not. I know.
You mad because your best friends was my best friends first.
Okay. Whatever. But guess what?
What?
Aduma loved me way more than she loved you.
Yeah. So Aduma and Dara had a disagreement about 2 weeks ago. So they said, let's call Lynch. They called me. They called me. They didn't say, let's call Wendy.
Yeah, you know, Darren is a man's man, so he definitely automatically thought that you was going to have his back, and so
no, but Aduma suggested it.
Oh, well, okay.
But I had Darren's back.
That makes you feel
because
special.
I'm tired of y'all always having each other's back. I can't say nothing to church lady without her always automatically defending you.
They ride for me.
I knew church lady before you.
You probably did.
Yes. Shout out to church lady.
Shout out to Monica Davis. Don't call her church lady.
If I call her Monica Davis, she gonna be mad because I didn't call her church lady.
That's my sis.
It is, but I knew her first.
She got a name.
Did I know her first?
Oh, gosh.
I knew Dion first. I knew who else? I know everybody.
Because you know everything too.
that
needs to be a topic.
That do need to be the topic. Mr. Know-it-all.
That is me. As long as you know.
Oh yeah, as long as everybody else knows too.
And Mr. Talkative. You can go on for days.
Well, I'm glad you joined me
because
now you my co-host.
Shoot. They see me staring at you like, dang.
What else you got on the list? Because there are a lot of things that
that's what makes us work, accepting us for who we are, like you said. But you talk so much. I tell people in the gym, I be like, you just can't help it though.
Yeah. So in high school, I was the person that talked the least but said the most.
So what happened?
No, now I get paid to talk.
Ain't nobody paying you? Not right
We're
now.
on. First of all, we're on a podcast. What if I did not talk?
I'm talking about
Okay.
now in the gym. They pay you to train them and give them. Yeah, you pour into them, but you just be talking when it's not necessary. And now, guess what? Oh, and then when you don't want to talk, I'll be like, so you got something to say all this other time. You don't have nothing to say. Yeah, but this is what I deal with. Boy, talk.
Oh man, yeah. Well, we would love to have some more. So before we go, definitely want to invite everybody out to our brand new first Fridays, y'all.
Yeah.
We have a first Fridays that is going to be happening. We would love for y'all to get your tables first.
You gotta tell them what it is.
I'm
You
about
talking about
to.
First Friday.
Yeah. So
Give
so
them the
we
meat and
will
potatoes.
we will be holding and hosting an event on every first Friday of the month, and it's going to start with a live on set recording of our podcast Love Unfiltered, y'all. Yes, and our first one is going down at Jake's Diner. We're shutting it down. It will close at 8 o'clock just for us and our guest. And guess what? We're going to party afterwards, y'all. So we're inviting everybody to a party. It ain't free though. We're inviting everybody to a party and a live taping. And if you want to be a part of that, you just let us know. We will be, asking questions, involving and engaging the crowd and everything. And I'm just so excited to have my
That's gonna be super duper.
Oh, it's gonna be
fun,
super dope.
Something different, you know?
Yeah. Super dope. And give people a chance to just kind of unwind, come out as, you can come out by
Single,
yourself,
married,
single,
whatever,
couples,
divorce,
whatever.
whatever.
But we're going to open that dialogue up, these conversations that we're having right here. We'll pass the mic around. We'll do Q&A and things like that. So it's going to be pretty dope. I'm just excited now that shout out to Rondell, man. Let's give a shout out to Rondell.
We never get a chance at Rondell.
Man. We got to give a shout out to
media guy.
Yeah. shout out to Media Lane, man. Listen,
Media Lane Production.
Rondell's making all this stuff pop, man. Everything from the news segment, the quality of the news segment has just went like so through the roof. Like they literally are talking about extending the segment to getting multiple times per day, and per week as well. It's just the quality of it so dope. The production stuff. We gonna use it for. We gonna work it out. We gotta work it. But yeah. Shout out to my guy, man. He's remote with it. Y'all see us in different settings and stuff like that, and we just kind of keep changing it up and everything. But to have somebody with the skill set, with with the type of equipment and just the professionalism to be able to do this in multiple settings for multiple different people and stuff like that is a straight asset.
My first photo shoot. Remember I climbed that rope, y'all? That was Rondell. I don't know if I can get back up there.
Yeah.
But I could darn sure have him replay it.
I think the dopest part about what we got going on is how we continue to be connected to people for so many years. Like, I think we met Rondell in 2013, I think. So from the very beginning, when we did brand photos, it was Rondell.
Yeah.
You got pictures up in the gym, it's Rondell.
Yeah.
When we got pictures for website, all that stuff, it was Rondell. So we it's pretty dope how we've expanded, we got bigger, and every now and then
Relationship has grown as well.
Yeah, so it's pretty dope, but I'm excited to do this. At Jake's Diner, which first Friday.
So more information will go out later. So.
Yes, yep. Just hit us up for more information and everything. But we're gonna turn the diner into a club. Yeah. So a few hours, we'll do what we need to do and make it happen. So shout out to Natalie for always being able to, rock with us or whatever ideas we come up with. She's always on board and always down. So yes, we always on our entrepreneur-ish. So we appreciate everybody for that. Y'all, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. But if you have not got your tickets for the 5th annual Empowerment Brunch, come on. What are y'all waiting for? I've been blessing people, doing some giveaways. It's like when it hit my spirit, I did it one day, and nobody knew the answer. So I was like, what's going on? So then I did it again, and I got like the answer like within 2 minutes. So I did get 2 winners, but make sure you get your tickets. It's going to be an incredible weekend. That's
Yes.
March 8th through March 9th, starting with the anniversary reception at Jake's Diner on March 8th. And then March 9th, we'll have the morning meditation. And then we'll have the brunch at 1 p.m. with our special guest speaker, Bishop Jason Nelson, and my brother, the funniest,
Yes.
the talented, the most amazing Dana Saray. And he was the host at my fashion show. So make sure y'all get y'all tickets.
I'm
and that
excited.
brunch is going to be so, like, I really haven't told too much, but the brunch is going to be full of everything that includes things that I love and things that, and the reason why I lack nothing. So you'll learn about, you know, why I lack nothing for the past 5 years. I'm going to have a fashion segment where it'll be a short fashion show. We're going to have...
We got a segment.
We got a segment on there.
Hey.
And then we have the inspirational and motivational part with Jason Nelson. And then, of course, we going to eat. And y'all know I'll make sure y'all eat well.
Yeah.
We'll have some mimosas. But
Oh,
we're
nah,
just
we
going to
ain't
have a
trying to
great
fill
time.
nobody up.
I
We
mean
ain't
it.
trying
I
to fill nobody up.
I live by that. I'm serious. Like I'm not trying to get you full. I'm just trying, you know, put something on your palate. And I'd rather feed you through your spirit and your soul than you know get you full.
That's good
But
stuff.
yeah, make sure y'all get y'all tickets. Make sure you get your tickets. And I had a lot of people reaching out about getting tables. If you want tables, contact me directly so I can make sure that I can provide tables for you and your group. But don't wait till the last minute and then I can't make it happen like that.
Yeah,
So
don't be on CP time,
don't
y'all.
don't
You
be
know
on
what I'm talking
CP
about?
time.
Yeah, but that's it, man. We are out of here, man. Another episode of Love Unfiltered, man. Shout out once again to the girls last episode
Yes.
for coming through. Yo, I know we got to do that again. It's got to be a part 2 soon,
Absolutely.
man. But yeah, any last parting words before we go?
No.
All right, well, I guess we send you peace, we send you power, and we send you love unfiltered,
Unfiltered.
y'all. Peace.